off with, we'll talk about stroke. I think people get very upset and, very formal about stroke when you're talking about classification, right? And obviously you've got this sort of Bamford Oxford classification of ischemic stroke, which realistically no one really uses anymore. So it's not really important to learn, but I think the concepts are important. I think really it's really about anterior, posterior, and lacunar. In the anterior stroke, obviously you get this contralateral hemiplegia or hemianopia or higher cortical dysfunction. Whereas in the posterior stroke, you will tend to get, not always, but more often than not, you will get some brainstem stuff, eye movement disorders, cerebellar dysfunction. This will help you sort of localize where things are. Obviously, if you have someone with just an isolated vertigo, it's less likely to be a stroke. But if someone's got risk factors, often if you've been an ED doctor, especially, it seems for me that that's what seems to go everyone reversed to me. This guy has vertigo. Does he have a stroke? And yes, it's possible, but most of the time, it has to really be associated with something else to make it a bit more realistic, and also risk factors. And finally, this concept of a lacunar infarct, which is a sort of an infarct in the deep the deep outpouchings of the deep branches of the middle cerebral arteries. You can get sort of pure motor, pure sensory, or a sensory motor stroke. And that's sort of the rough idea of sort of stroke in general in terms of localization. You do get some stroke questions in MRCP, which is quite helpful. So this is sort of a rough idea of how to approach it.